Welcome dear viewers to the video on topic of OFAT and DOE in the QbD based development. So quality by design is the approach for pharmaceutical product development, and quality by design based formulation and process development involves the systematic experiments using the OFAT and DOE. OFAT means one factor at a time, and DOE means design of experiments. QBD based development can be done by utilizing these experiment techniques. You can use OFAT also and DOE also. Nowadays, DOE, that is design of experiments, is a preferred approach for the QBD based pharmaceutical product development. In quality by design, one factor at a time and DOE are both experimental approaches used to understand and optimize the formulation composition and also to optimize the process parameters. In QBD based development, formulation optimization is there and process optimization is there. So these two approaches are required for QBD. Coming to OFAT, that is one factor at a time. The methodology of OFAT involves the study of one factor at a time and keeping all other factors as constant. In OFAT, only one factor, that is variable, is changed at a time while keeping all other factors as constant. The effect of varying that single factor on the outcome or response is observed, and the process is repeated for each factor individually. For example, if you want to study the effect of binder in the tablet formulation, then the trial will be with higher binder concentration or lower binder concentration, and all the other excipients concentration or level will be kept same or will be kept constant. In the second trial, disintegrant level can be changed, and like this different OFAT trials can be designed. The effect of only one factor will be studied at a single point or single time. Advantages of this OFAT is it is simple and easy to implement. It can be understood by any of the person or the person involved in development. It is easy to understand and implement, and it is often used in early stage investigations or when dealing with few variables. Disadvantages are lack of interaction consideration, inefficient, and has limited insights. Lack of interaction considerations. OFAT does not evaluate the interactions between multiple factors. Often, the combined effects of two or more factors are crucial for understanding the system fully. Inefficient, a large number of experiments may be needed, especially when there are many factors to investigate. Limited insights. It may not give a most optimal setting for all factors simultaneously. So these are the advantages. For example, if you consider the API particle size, binder concentration, and disintegrant concentration impacting the dissolution rate, then By OFAT, only one factor will be changed at a time, and there will be lack of consideration of the interaction factors. For example, what happens when binder and disintegrant both are lowered, or when binder and disintegrant both are increased, or when binder is increased and disintegrant is decreased, or binder is decreased and disintegrant is increased. This is just for your easy understanding. I am giving the example that interaction behavior is very difficult to understand by the OFAT. Application. OFAT is often used in initial stages of development or when there is limited knowledge of how different variables affect the process. It is useful for getting the basic sense of how each factor impacts the outcome, but it is less efficient for optimization in complex processes. So whenever there is impact of multiple variables on the single response, that time OFAT will be difficult to give you the perfect output. But in early stages, to optimize the formulation, OFAT trials are very useful. Coming to the DOE, that is design of experiments. Methodology of DOE is a more systematic and statistical approach for designing the experiments or number of trials to, to optimize the formulation and process. DOE is a more systematic and has a statistical approach where multiple factors are varied simultaneously in a controlled manner. It involves planning and analyzing experiments in such a way that both the main effects, that is individual factors, and interaction effects, combination of factors, can be studied. The advantages of DOE are it is efficient and robust. It provides the interaction analysis. It is very useful for optimization purpose, and the analysis behind DOE is statistical. First is efficient and robust. It allows for studying the effects of several factors in a single experiment, which reduces the number of trials needed. Interaction analysis. DOE can reveal how factors interact with each other and influence the outcome, which is crucial for process optimization. It helps to identify optimal conditions for all factors simultaneously. The DOE results are often analyzed statistically, providing a clear understanding of the variability and reliability of the process. These are the main advantages of design of experiments. The disadvantages are it is difficult to understand compared to the OFAT trials. It has complexity. DOE requires more planning and it is more complex to set up compared to OFAT. So the main disadvantage is like DOE design of experiment is complex for understanding. DOE requires higher initial investment. It might require specialized software and knowledge to implement and analyze. The application of DOE is mainly in the QbD for formulation optimization and process optimization. DOE is widely used in QbD based development, particularly in later stages of development or when the goal is to optimize the process. DOE is very much useful for QbD based development to understand the optimal conditions, to have the specific design space, knowledge space, and to understand the control space for reducing the variability in the formulation and process. It is useful for studying multiple variables, processes, and providing a deeper understanding of the system. So by DOE, we can understand the effect of multiple variables at a time. Now see the differences between OFAT and DOE. OFAT means varies one factor at a time. DOE varies multiple factors simultaneously. OFAT is less efficient, especially when many variables are there. DOE is more efficient for exploring many factors. Interaction effects. OFAT does not consider interaction between factors as OFAT involves study of effect of one factor at a time, while DOE considers interaction between factors. So multiple variables can be considered for DOE. OFAT is simple to implement and it has less complexity. DOE is more complex and requires statistical planning. So DOE requires software to design the experiments. OFAT is limited to individual factors effect, while DOE provides insights into both individual and interaction effects. OFAT is suitable for initial investigations for simple processes, while DOE is suitable for process optimization and complex studies. This is the information for OFAT and DOE in QbD based development. Many of the time OFAT and DOE are used. OFAT alone can also be used. DOE can also be used alone for the QbD based development, but nowadays DOE is used and is more applicable for product development as DOE gives more understanding and DOE gives or provides justification for the selection of optimal level of the excipients and the process parameters. So I hope you might have got good idea about this OFAT and DOE in QbD based development. Thank you for watching the video, and I request you to please do like, share and subscribe to this channel and share the video to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.